Hello, I'm Atari Nobunaga, and welcome back to Let's Play Pikmin. In the last episode, we managed to get a few more parts in the Forest Navel. Today we'll be finishing up the Forest Navel by hopefully getting 2 more ship parts and dealing with the next boss in the area. So as we begin, very likely that all the fiery blowhog and the Wollywog have respawned at the lowlands again. So we're going to get out our red Pikmin, to deal with all that. We're going to have to clear them out again. Yeah, just so, carrying back the parts and whatnot will be a bit more easier. Alright. So what we're going to do now is just simply, we're going to get some more Pikmin to essentially receive nectar. Even though we have flowers on us right now, just to boot, because our reds are going to be seeing a lot of combat along with our blues, believe it or not. It's just better safe to be than to be sorry, essentially. Hope you all have been doing well this week. It was fine for me, but now getting all of our reds, we're just going to simply clear out the fiery blowhogs and whatnot here. Just remember to keep your distance once they try to get the Pikmin off of them. That's one. And over here, we're going to start work on the next one. Yesterday, though, Friday was a bit hectic for me. I'm going to reflower our Pikmin over here real quick. For a moment. Because summer semester for me is coming to an end, my professor has decided that our exam should be instead of having 2 weeks an exam, now our exams are per week. And since I'm in both classes, I'm in 2 classes with this professor. Well, I have 2 exams per week, so that's fun. But I managed to get it out of the way. So yeah. Alright, alright, he's down. Now, this fiery blowhog, we can't attack him, but he's too close to this Wollywog. So what we're going to do first is just get rid of this Wollywog. A little fun note is that Wollywogs are actually renamed in the UK version of the game. There we go. Instead of being called Wollywogs, I am not going to attack him now. Turn around. No. Yeah, no, you don't really want this fiery blowhog to throw Pikmin off from that angle. Because what'll just happen is that he'll throw them off and the Pikmin will just fall into the water. And red Pikmin can't swim. Unfortunately. So, yeah. Alright, let's get some nectar here. Something I didn't mention, by the way, in previous episodes, while we were that were focused on this level, but up ahead, where Olimar is pointing at, that is actually where the base of the bread bug would be had it were to be more successful and brought back its remains to its base. Any Pikmin that's caught while trying to drag back the remains back or pellets back to base, if they get dragged all the way over to that little I guess you can say little nest or whatever of the bread bug, well, they die immediately. So do be wary of that the next time if you do come to the Forest Navel for the first time. So getting our that all of them? Okay, that's all of them. So now we have 15 of our bomb rocks. I'm going to quickly separate our yellows that don't have bomb rocks with, well, our bomb rocks. With today reaching noon, we're going to head over here and just clear out these 2 walls over here. Like I said, these walls have more health than the wall. Well, stone walls have more health than the walls back in the Forest of Hope, and also Impact Site. But as I mentioned before, black walls here take about 9 bomb rocks to go down, while gray stone walls only take about, well, just 6, which we have enough for. So I'm going to quickly just spam it, and that should do it. And there goes my hearing. Now I'm going to get our yellows to essentially take back some remains, because why not? They could use the work. No, it's actually because, well, I'm going to need them at base later, because we're going to get another set of bomb rocks soon. So just to let you know. Now with our reds, we do have a few buds and leaves, but that shouldn't be much of an issue. With our reds, there's another wall walk here, and like before, for the other wall walk, just have your Pikmin swarm it, and make sure it does not, drop out. And god damn it. Okay. Yeah. Sometimes the Pikmin will get. I don't know how it works, but whatever reason, the Pikmin will just randomly get crushed during its death animation, even though, like, it shouldn't do that, but whatever. But as we make our way to this arena, ladies and gentlemen, meet perhaps the most pathetic boss ever, the Puffstool. And he is so pathetic that I'm able to. Wait, hold on. Yep, he is so pathetic that I'm able to defeat him in like a few seconds. Thankfully, I actually have some video footage to show what that looks like. But essentially, what will happen is that if you have Pikmin that are underneath the Puffstool, when he comes back up, he'll essentially spew spores and any spores on one of the Pikmin, and those Pikmin will become mushroomized Pikmin. When this happens, they'll essentially attack Olimar, and all you need to do really is to check them off, and either call them or use your Pikmin to hopefully have to snap out of it, but most of the time they'll just end up dying. So do be careful when dealing with this enemy. Even though I defeated him in a short amount of time, it's something to be taken into consideration. But since defeating him, he dropped the next ship part. I found the Omega Stabilizer. I absolutely must have this piece if my battered ship is to ever fly straight again. It has steered me through countless deep space stars. That, and it looks rather cool. Looks rather cool, and yet it has the same design as the other wings, and that's too much. If you just saw right there, another Pikmin got crushed when this one died. I don't know why it does that. It might be a bug. I want to see with the emulator, but at the same time, not really. But yeah. Now, while we have time, with half of the day over, I'm gonna get our Pikmin over here. Yeah, I'm gonna put back two yellows here. Unfortunately, one of them had to be a flower. Where is it? Oh, it's over here. I'm gonna throw some Pikmin over here, and have them get started. I have to break up this little geyser right here. This is going to be important because I'm going to quickly dismiss them first. And this is going to be important because over here, there's another set of bomb rocks that I mentioned before, and I realized that that this should be enough to remove the final 2 remaining gates back over here. One of them the gate to another arena which has a ship right here. I think anyone who has played Pikmin shall know what this area holds. But before getting too long. Oh, well, I didn't know bombs can actually climb. You know what? Hold on. That somehow makes more sense, but like, but right now we're pressed for time, and we can't have them, and we can't wait around. Basically, is what I'm trying to say. So grabbing our Pikmin over here, we're going to throw them across, and we're going to go over this geyser. And thank you, game, for interrupting me. Omega Stabilizer. This is a dolphin's fin. It is a little beat up, but it should still function. I've made great strides in repairing the dolphin. Yeah, what's freaking dirt and mud. With this, I should be able to fly again, even if I don't recover all 30 ship parts. As I mentioned before, in regards to that, and wow, wow, it actually stopped the animation. Now that's funny. Yeah, I'm gonna throw our yellows up here real quick. Our non-bomb rocks over here for a moment. That is a very awkward place to throw my Pikmin, but whatever. But I'm going to simply wait, do we have some Pikmin die? Where? I'm not even gonna ask. But yeah, as you mentioned, there are some parts. There are, I think, about 25 ship parts. I could be wrong. That are required, in order to get the normal ending. Like I said before, Pikmin has 3 endings, and they're dependent on how many ship parts you have retrieved. 3, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 600 Pikmin now. This is going to be a little bit tricky because of these fire geysers. But you want to time it right. But just throw all the Pikmin here. And that should be it. We have now opened up the gate we have now opened up to the gate to the next boss, essentially. But we're not going to be dealing with that boss because we don't really have much time. And because we're pressed for time, I'm going to quickly deposit all of our Pikmin, well, most of our Pikmin. And we'll have to get those yellows later. Alright, we lost 2 Pikmin. 2 reds, somehow. Alright, with most of our Pikmin now in the onion, I'm gonna get the rest of our blues out. Okay. So now with our blues, we're going to meet up with the other blues back at the Lowlands that we pretty much just left. We're going to group them up, and now we're going to go over here and deal with 2 more Wollywogs here because there's a ship part right up ahead. But first we need to get rid of the Wollywogs. No. Alright. Party time! Yep, and that should be it. It's the anti-deoxin filter. This fits over the rocket's exhaust ports and filters out of all disease-causing agents from the ship's exhaust. That means I'll be able to move around without polluting the planet's atmosphere. I feel worlds better. Alright, this requires 40, but it maxes out at essentially it basically maxes out at 60. And with that, they're basically gonna go back to base. And oh man, I'm also gonna go retrieve the other yellow Pikmin over here. But yeah, that should be it for now. Like I said, we do not have enough time right now to deal with the next boss of the game. And I'll get this flower up. Why not? We'll just have the yellows just carry this back. And yeah, there we go. That should be it. 2 ship parts in a day. Yeah, I think that's good. Anti-deoxin filter. The laws of deep space require all ships to eliminate all pollutants. But yeah, pretty much of an uneventful, uneventful episode. But that's fine, you know. Like, not every episode needs to be filled with excitement or whatever. The whole thing with the whole thing back in Impact site should be an example when we return there with the blues. But yeah. There's only one remaining ship part left. It's in this arena. I'm gonna go to Sunset now. And in the next episode, we're going to be coming back to the Forest Navel to, well, in a sense, take out the boss of the Forest Navel. And it's going and when that episode comes, it'll be the Yellow's turn to have their shine in the light. 9 days since impact. Honey wisps. This timid creature flies around collecting nectar from flowers. It typically hides itself, but shaking flowers can reveal its presence. The nectar it collects appears to be the Pikmin's favorite food. They instantly bloom when they eat it. Okay, so we sprouted 65 Pikmin and only lost about 7. That's fine. So, in the next episode, Day 10. Day 10. We'll be returning back to the Forest Navel, deal with the final boss of the area, not the final boss of the game. I need to stop saying that word, but deal with one more boss of the Forest Navel, and then we'll start work on the Distant Spring, in which we'll be exploring and hopefully at least get 2 ship parts from over there. So this is Atari Nobunaga, and I'll see you guys next week. Later.